Hello, my name is Nick. I came second in Adelaide State Championships. First Konami top, first trophy, and I did it with my favorite deck, branded Despia. And this is the list. So standard, two white Albaz, one black Albaz, yeah, three Aluba, two Incredible Ecclesia. I used to play the Golden Sword Soul, but then I see him so often, and it was bricky, so I didn't want to brick. I wanted more consistency cards, and yeah, if you open it, it's not so bad because if they fool you, you can just summon it from hand, and it's also a starter. It's not a very good starter. It's probably one of your worst starters, but you can still play. Whereas if you open the Golden Sword Soul, you can't play. Two Cartesia, very good because if they stop White Dragon and you have this in hand, you just summon this and you still make Dark Dragon, and you can play. Quem, yeah, don't want to summon. You don't want to open this. It's not the best normal summon, but if you open this and you're playing Bistro, you can still actually play quite well because you normal summon this, send Merc, use your own Bistro, banish the Merc, get White Dragon, and then you play from there, and you're still not locked or anything. One Dogmatica Ecclesia, yeah, this is very good. It's a high roll, so if you can full combo and you have this in your deck, you get an FNV for free. Yeah, it's like an extra card, very good. Kit, very good, comes up a lot. One Merc, this one is the negate's very nice, but it's a brick, and I sided it out a lot of times going first and sometimes going second, but I miss it every time I sided it out. So it's a brick, but yeah, have to play it, I think. Shrouded, I considered cutting this to play Saranair. I think I kept it in just in case so I can send opening if I needed to, or send High Spirit so I can add back if I didn't use it the turn. And yeah, you can send Retribution to, yeah, you need it. Because if you're playing the Mirror and you know they have Retribution set and you have this, you can just Branded Fusion, you force their Retribution, you use this, send your own Retribution, add back Branded Fusion, activate it again. Yeah, really good. And then the last non-hand trap monster I played, well, he's considered a hand trap as well, was I decided last minute to main Magnamut. Got the advice from Andre Torres' video. I like it that against Cool Tune, they stack your deck, but if you have this, you just banish the thing and you can add in the end, and then your deck's unstacked. And it's also really good into Striker, really good into Branded, really good into Mitsu. Yeah, and it's good into KT as well, so I thought that I had to main this. Yeah, that's the monsters. The spells, yeah, this is really good because Branded, you want to send stuff in the grave, so you send stuff to the grave. Even the monster can be used as a resource in the grave, or you add it back eventually because you send a fusion monster and then you get you White Dragon. Yeah, really good. Opening, yeah, I like this. Some players decide to cut this completely. I like the protection effect, and if you don't get to play your synchro plays and you open Branded Fusion and opening, you get a really good cool combo with this. Yeah, one Branded Fusion, it's at one. Yeah, this, almost every deck's playing it. A very good card. Yeah, send one. It's yeah, like I think there's so many deck lists of Branded that you just know it's utilized the most well in this deck. Nadir played it at 1, played it at 2, and then decided that 3 is the correct way to play, because even if you don't get to, it's the best extender, and even if you just open this and you end on your half board, you still sometimes end on your half board, still very strong, and you still like sometimes end on FNV or sometimes even Retribution if you hard open it or something. I think sometimes you still get both. I don't know, but yeah, really good. Even it alone, and then if you full combo and you have this at the end, is very powerful. Breakers, or like non-branded spells. 2 droplet, 1 crown. I really like this ratio. I think it's perfect. Crown is so good, especially against KT. Yeah, droplet. This card is this card's like, I think it's one of the most powerful cards in the whole format. It's insane how you're in a winning position, and if your opponent has this, the tide just completely changes, and then they suddenly become ahead and you're way behind, and then you just lose the game. Yeah, like I don't need to say anything. This card is one of the most powerful cards in the entire game, I think. I decided to main called by, and I'm not playing Gold Sock because I know Gold Sock's really, really good and you can bait interactions up. I've had some players ash me on Gold Sock, or like when I banish Merc and they ash my Gold Sock, I'm like, okay, I can still have so many cards to still make a full board with Branded. If you open well, you can play through like 3 hand traps, no problem. I decided to main this instead of side decking it. Again, I don't like the Mitsu, so it's good in the Mitsu, good in the Striker, good in the Branded, and decent in the KT as well. So yeah, I decided to main this. And then 3 Ash, 3 Fua, standard. I almost cut this because some lists were not playing 3 Ash and decided to just go pure breakers instead of hand traps besides Fua, but last minute I decided to put this back in. Like, I think it's just good. Very, very good. And red. I'm not playing any of the bricks. I didn't decide to play. I tried sword and then I realized, like, yeah, sword makes Branded Fusion a very good 1-card combo, but usually this deck, you don't need 1-card combo. I think this deck functions the best is if you open it with something else. So if you open Branded Fusion with opening, that's a really, really good combo. If you open Branded Fusion with Ecclesia or something, you still get like insane, like I think it's like, yeah, insane strong board. So I decided not to play any of the bricks because I hate bricking. You don't want to ever see opening. I mean, you don't ever want to see Branded Sword or Golden Sword Soul in your opening hand. So yeah, I decided to go for the least bricky build. Yeah, and I think the Branded Fusion line is still strong even with you send the kit, and yeah, and if you have it with Ecclesia or something else, like you still get a very strong board. That's the main deck, 41 cards. And then we move on to the extra deck. One Dark Dragon, this is the only synchro I played. Yeah, last minute decide to have this for the Super Poly target, and really, really glad I put this in. You know, you just fuse if you have Super Poly and the KT player like ends on Remix and Zaylin, you just Super Poly their board, and then they just don't have any more bodies on the board. So one of my matches in Swiss, the KT opponent ended on Zaylin and Remix, and he sees my hand with Rotary and Q and my 2 top deck with Q. I opened a really, really strong hand, and then the top 2 was FNV and Crown, so both really, really good. He decides to gamble and banishes my FNV, puts Crown at the bottom. I top deck Super Poly, and he puts my 2 like good breakers away, and I top deck the best breaker, and I just won the game. Star Source, I kept this in. Some lists cut it because if you ever get Red Sea or Dimensional Fissure, this outs them easily. Corradius, I think this is the correct target. Very good against Mitsu. You put this up, they don't kill you that turn. They try and pop this or whatever, and then you summon Albaz, fuse their board, or summon Aluba, get something else for next turn. Yeah. I think this is at 2 is correct. Rinbrum, Titanic Lad. Now this, actually, prior to the event, I decided to I don't know if this is good, but this is insane. Both of my KT opponents in Swiss didn't know that I can just contact fuse their Zaylin into this, and both opponents in Swiss, yeah, I just like set Albaz or summon Albaz, and then I'm like, anything here? They're like, no. I straight away just remove their Zaylin and make this, yeah, it's insane. There's also, against a Branded Mirror, I had Magnamut, and they had their Albaz on the field, and I just, okay, first action, I just fused into this, got rid of the Albaz body. This is at 2, Dogma, it's just crazy. On its own, when it's a tower and it's got the Ecclesia in the grave or field or whatever, it's sometimes for a lot of decks it's so hard to out, and they just can't get past this either. It's crazy. This is at 2 at standard, Lubellion, and yeah, OG Starlight Mirror Jade, one of my most favorite cards in the entire game. Crazy boss monster, super cool. Yeah, that's the extra. And then finally we go to my side. I wanted Bistios, as I said before. Magnum's good against a lot of the decks in the format. This, shout out to Karim for lending this to me. Your deck, branded, there's 2 or 3 things you mainly just don't want to see when you're going first. You don't want to get even lead, you don't want to get super polyed, and you don't want to get dusted or feather stormed. So you put this on the board and they just can't super poly. This was my protection against super poly, because I still don't know. I think it's impossible if you're a branded player to play around super poly. So this was my answer. I just don't want to get super poly going first. Yeah. And every match I summoned this, I didn't lose. This post side, this card just wins me my match automatically. So insane. Draw standard. I didn't see it, or I didn't end up using it. Accusation, cracked. Just insane. Like I don't know what to say. Like, they KT synchro is counter trap. They can't respond. You just do this, kill all their KT synchro, kill all their FNVs, kill all their high spirits, kill their engage, whatever. Like, nuts. Judgment. I didn't know how to use this properly on day 2. Like, before day 2 of the opponent, my group chat told me, like, yeah, you can just, if they synchro summon, on summon, just use this, and like the KT opponent, when they make Trackmaker, they just dead. They lose their grave effects. The summon never happened. Blah 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 blah. Never saw this. Really good in theory. I was gonna play. Yeah, I don't know. Josh Vine last minute told me to put this in, and yeah, it was really good when it was live. Shout out to Josh Vine for this. He told me to put this one in. This is standard. Lightning Storm, very good against branded, against a lot of decks. Forces. You can force Purification when you go Mitsu. You can wipe the back roll off Striker, which I did to one of my opponents in Swiss, and it's good against branded as well. Where's the other one? Oh yeah, so 2 Lightning Storm, 1 Feather Duster. And then this was the only side deck that piece that I regretted. So I never used this, never sided it in. I was preparing for Doomsday. There was no Doomsday. There was 1 player in Doomsday and never faced him. What I would change, the only thing I would change in this whole list was this for Mistaken Arrest. Yeah, that's it. That's the deck list. Thank you. Thanks for watching.